What is up, everybody? Good morning from Minnesota. I woke up at about 3 o'clock this morning. Just so excited for the market. I just can't get myself to sleep anymore. Just tough stuff for sure. I guess it's a good thing I drink coffee. Anyways, welcome to Trey'strades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple years back I was about $30,000 deep in some medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work hard and invest my money. And I am happy to say that not only am I now financially free, but I'm doing pretty well for myself at the age of 23. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools here to the community at Trey'strades, make a couple of people out better than they were before, that's all that I can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every day, and I will be covering APXT more in the future. Now, a quick shout out to the guys over at the Patreon. We did have some new members join us today. I am definitely going to say this guy's name wrong. I apologize, brother. Tijumar, Aaron, Drake, Tim, Nathan, Louie, Germ, Billy, Ibrahim, Manu. Thank you guys so much for supporting me at the Patreon. It really does mean a lot. They will have access to the private Discord where everybody talks about stocks and different strategies, as well as my real-time insight and personal trading. And then watch for the spam account, guys. This is not me. Trey'strades without the S. You'll know it's not because he doesn't have that great boxer on his name. Don't fall for this scam crap. Don't buy his crap. Don't contact that number. And if you can report it, that would be absolutely phenomenal. So with that being said, we're just going to give an update on APXT, and I'm going to talk to you guys about why we saw this very sharp increase in price action in the after hours yesterday. And then we're just going to cover a couple different things. So we'll talk about the volume, the RSI indicator, the relative strength index, anything over 70 being overbought, anything under 30 oversold. I've got the 200 EMA, the exponential moving average, as well as the 20-day VAMA, the volume adjusted moving average pulled up. The VAMA is a volume weighted and adjusted average trend line over a 20-day period, and then the 200 EMA, the exponential moving average, is a 200-day moving average price valuation trend line, and we'll talk about what these both mean, and then we'll just take a look at this with new support and resistance levels, where I can see this going in the future, potential entry and exit points, and yeah, let's just get right into the video. So if you're not familiar with APXT, they are a acquisition and blank check company. It is formed for the purpose of effecting a merger, capital stock exchange, asset acquisition, stock purchase, reorganization, or similar business combination with one or more businesses. The firm intends to focus on search for prospects within the software and internet technology industries. So APXT is a SPAC play, very similar to LCA, and I can very easily see this being a $28 or $30 play at the end of it all when it's all said and done. And it's currently trading in the after hours up about $1.04. We did see that it was up 16 bucks, so just hanging around at a level of support. The message volume is up quite a bit, price is up. The watch list has slowly been growing over time, but not a lot of people know about this play yet compared to as many as I think should. And the reason that this stock, at least from my speculation, increased is from this article yesterday. Now, I did find this on AP News, and it says Apex Technology Acquisition Corporation and AppPoint to participate in 2 upcoming investor events. And I assume this is what sparked the interest. This was posted on January 11th. Apex Technology and AppPoint, the largest data management solutions provider for the Microsoft Cloud. God, I love seeing Microsoft. Anytime you see Microsoft involved with another company, that should be all the confirmation you need to buy into that company. Today announced that they will participate in 2 upcoming investor events. Jeff Epstein, not to be confused with Jeffrey Epstein, Co-Chief Executive Officer and CFO of Apex Technology, and Dr. Tianyi Jiang, AppPoint's co-founder and CEO, will participate in the Jeffrey Software Virtual Bus Tour on Thursday, January 14th at 10:15 a.m. So because of this, we do have a hard date, and that does make this, if you're not in this for a mid to long-term investment, a pretty solid swing trade opportunity, because we do have a date, and anticipation should build into that date and time. This is at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 9:15 CST, if you're not familiar, or 7:15 Pacific Time. And then on Wednesday, January 20th, the 2 same people will also participate in the Northland Securities SPAC Investor Conference at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, or this would be 7 a.m. CST. So I do speculate that this is why we saw that pretty sharp increase. And because we do have hard dates, I do expect to see a run-up on this stock over the next week as these talks do come to fruition, as they do go to these events. Anticipation should build. We should see an increase in overall volume. We should see this RSI RSI indicator approaching 70 more often than not. I do anticipate that we'll start pushing up towards this high that we're seeing here at about $17.80, just a hair over that, and we're looking really good. So we have a crossover on the VAMA over the 200 EMA, which is a very bullish indicator. The more space you have between these two lines, the better off, and I use that exact method to find, different plays to get into. So like this happened on JAGX when it was right around 80 cents. And this is when I got you guys into this play. And some people said that they made, 400% on JAGX. It's the same thing that happened with BNGO. Same thing happening with Zome, right? And that's just happening now with APXT. So I do anticipate a pretty solid run up over the next couple days, especially if we can hold that VAMA over the 200 EMA. RSI indicator is over 70 or just under that right now. Corrections have been harsh in the past. We have seen some pretty drastic sell-offs. SPAC plays do come with volatility. Even though this isn't a penny stock, most people that get into SPACs are not planning on holding this for an entire year. It's a midterm play, right? And because of that, people ebb and flow with the overall rhythm of the stock, and you may see people drop off just based on the price action. So, that's something to keep in the back of your mind looking at this. I do anticipate we're going to approach that 70 mark on the RSI pretty frequently over the next week leading into those two events. So that's kind of how we're looking right there. As far as levels of support and resistance goes currently on the stock, I anticipate that this 1544 will be a pretty solid acting level of support, followed by this $16 mark that was a previous level of resistance in a couple different candles here. We've got 1 touch point, 2 touch points, 3 touch points, and now it's acting as a very strong level of support right there. And then resistance, we're going to be looking at a couple different areas. We're looking right off the bat at about $16.30, and you can see if we go back here on the chart, we've got a couple different contact points. So it's a pretty strong level to be watching for, followed by an immediate breakthrough after that to about here at $16.77. So we've got 2 different candle wicks, 3 different candle wicks, 4. This did act as support in the past, did act as resistance here. So if we can push through that, I think we're looking at, $17.80, $18 pretty realistically within the next week. And I will be holding this play until at least $25, hopefully, as I do anticipate that's what it'll reach by the end of this whole SPAC ordeal. And I'm very excited for the stock. So it's looking very good right now. The price action is looking beautiful. If we change this to a 2-day chart and change it to a 1-minute frequency, looking here right off the bat, this is a very clean run up. There's no extreme bullish patterns that are standing out to me. We did have kind of a double top right here. It didn't quite touch that same level, but I will point that out just to be completely unbiased. And I will show you guys that I have a position in APXT just so you can take that for what it is. I am in APXT at a dollar cost average of $14.20, 152 shares, currently up about 5% or $110. And I've been holding this for a while. It's been a slow grower, but I will be holding this for some time to come. I do anticipate that it'll move. I actually laugh a little bit because some people were commenting saying that APXT is never going to do anything, and it just you never know. The market's unpredictable, guys. This kind of stuff you can't predict these things. So we do have this double top right here, which is a bearish indicator, right? So just pointing that out to be completely transparent. But we did push through that obviously with that news catalyst, so things are looking pretty good there. We did see a pretty neutral overall day on price action, 1461, closed the day at 1493, so up a little bit, but the main majority of the action was in the after hours, and I do anticipate that we're going to continue to see a run up in the regular market hours. And then if we do look at the VAMA and the 200 EMA, we do have a crossover right here again in the after hours where the VAMA does cross over the 200 EMA. So we have double confirmation on the macroscopic view of the stock as well as the microscopic view, which is absolutely phenomenal. I think this is a momentum shift. I think this is going to give control back to the bulls, because if we look at this from a 1-month perspective, it was a pretty slow bleed for a good minute there, right? We did touch up almost at $18, and then not a lot was happening, but it does look like we are back on our way now. Things are looking pretty good. As the old saying goes, patience pays, and it looks like in this situation it is in fact going to pay. Now, this is actually a unique opportunity because typically I wouldn't say a SPAC deal is a swing trading opportunity, but if you do not hold a position in this stock, or you sold out of your position in this stock, I think you can use those dates that I gave you guys, and I'll pull them back up again. I think you can use this January 14th and this January 20th as hard dates to watch for, right? Buy the hype, sell the news exactly applies in this situation. So if you want to swing trade this, keep those numbers written down somewhere or in the back of your mind and watch for the price action. And then people always give me flack because I sell early, quote unquote, but I always sell the day of the news. Even if there's a price run up, I'd rather miss out on potential earnings than something goes wrong. So like an example is JagX. If we pull up JagX, I sold out of this on the morning of the webinar where they're supposed to announce the merger, right? I sold out right about here. I saw some pretty bad price action happening. I Googled what's up with JagX, what's going on, and that webinar got moved to, I think, Thursday of this week, and I will be updating a video on that. But I did sell out of my position on JagX, and you just can't predict these things in the market. So I always buy the hype, sell the news, and if you're going to swing trade APXT, I would say do the same thing. Maybe the morning of, you might miss out on some profits, right? Because if it goes well, you could look at another 10-15%, sure, right? But there's always going to be these kind of plays in the markets. Chump change here, chump change there, nickel and dime, that all adds up, right? We're in a business, we're not gambling, and most of the time these things come to fruition, right? But sometimes they won't, and if something goes wrong, you could be caught holding the bag or missing out on profits, and I just don't want to do that to you guys. So things are looking really solid. If you want to swing trade this, I think a good entry point would be this 1590 current support level. We are trading at 1612, so if you do see a pullback to that area, there'd be a pretty solid entry point. And then I would watch to see if we can push past $18. I think $20 is very realistic within the next week or so. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with 22, but I always lowball it. I'll tell you the low number in the back of my mind, and I think 20 is very realistic just based on the overall price action that we are seeing on the stock. So that is my update on APXT. I hope that helps answer some questions in case you were not aware of why we saw this pretty sharp increase. This time it was not YouTuber Richard Allen saying the wrong stuff. That kind of that happens. I'm not giving him any flack because and I've made mistakes on the channel too, but this time it's legit news, guys. This is the real deal. So it looks good, it looks promising. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every day. And lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay a $9 per month membership for, and I highly attribute this to growing from 0 to 6,000 subscribers in a little over 3 weeks. So if you're a content creator or looking to become one, I could not highly recommend this enough. It is a great tool to help get your videos into the eyes of your intended audience. And if you use my link, I'll really receive a commission at no extra cost to you. So it's a great way to support the channel. And if you're not interested, that's totally fine. I just appreciate your support by taking the time to watch my videos. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.